this is the man. Here's the man.
This is a Marder 3M, used in Normandy, fought right up through back into Germany. Very similar chassis. There's a vehicle driving round over to my right over here, which is a Hetzer, which has a very similar chassis, and the Germans never wasted anything. So if they found a good chassis that would cover everything, that's what they used. But good vehicle, very dangerous with a big gun, but a good weapon. So there she is.
Thank you very much indeed. What a pleasure it is to see incredibly rare things like this actually running at War and Peace Show. Oh, it looks like we're ready for the OT90 to misbehave itself.
Awesome. Right. Remember I said, hopefully, can you guys see the OT from where the German thing is? Because if I ask him to move, it's going to be an hour before he gets out of your way. So if you want to stand up, you'll probably see him. But this is their equivalent of a neutral turn. So you saw the British CVRT lumbering around. You just watch this thing. There goes the smoke. That's what he did to us the other day. Look at that. Nice. So that's ready to lay your potatoes now, and that's got to be a lot more fun than a shovel and a fork in your garden. It really has.
Might annoy the neighbours a bit.
Excellent. I do love that thing. And these guys do love to play with them. Now the smoke that you actually put out the exhaust is they actually inject it's kind of a mixture of oil and diesel directly into the exhaust to create the smoke. So with the British kit, they've actually got smoke canisters that they fire. They fire up, down, sideways, all sorts of different angles. But these guys make their own smoke, and it's a lot better, I think, than the British system. However, if you run out of oil in your engine, it's never a good thing, because it does use the oil from the engine. But if you are coming under fire, you want as much smoke as possible, as quickly as possible, and I think that's the way to do it. I really do. So, the Hetzer.
Yeah, Jagdpanzer Hetzer. This is a self-propelled anti-tank weapon. As you see, it doesn't actually have a turret. It's got a very low hull profile, so it can be hidden hull down quite easily in undergrowth or terrain. And it's designed that the vehicle is actually aimed. The gun will move up and down a little bit and side to side a little bit. And you can see it's got a glacis shield on it that covers the training mechanism. But the idea was that you pointed the vehicle at the target and use it as an anti-tank gun. Now, this is a 38T chassis. It's a little bit shorter than the Marder, but it's a development on the same thing. And again, this is an incredibly rare vehicle. It's something you're not going to see running very often.
I can see people inside.
Yes, there's no breech block in it. So if you look down the gun, you can see the gunner and make faces at him.
There you go. I do love this thing. It's brilliant. Now, the actual gun itself did have a little bit of movement left and right, and obviously elevation, de-elevation. However, to turn the gun of any great sort of distance from left to right, they actually had to turn the tank itself. So they did have a lower, I think it was low reduction, so they could turn very, very accurately while they're in position. And a good gun crew could do this very, very well and very, very quickly.
They were an incredibly effective weapon in Normandy.
Yes.
Reading some of the stories of what went on, you think, how did those guys do that?
Yeah. But there you go. Awesome. Look at that. And that's got to be worth. Oh.
It's sort of millions.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not thousands or even hundreds of thousands. It's rather a lot of money. But a lot of this German kit is because it's so incredibly rare, and they are big boys' toys, and some big boys are prepared to pay quite a lot of money for their toys. You can, if you want to get an armoured vehicle, you can get one fairly cheaply, but when they get to this sort of antiquity and rarity, it's a bit like buying a painting, really. It's art. What you do need to be very careful of here is that you might go home with an uncontrollable urge to go out and buy something green, maybe a Land Rover or something like that, or a Jeep. If that happens, it's a good idea to lie down in a dark room because it might go off. Because most of the people in this arena have a fleet of stupid machines, and arguably it could be said that it's not a good thing. Or maybe it is. I have a lot of fun. I'm not sure what my other half would say about it.
John, put your foot down. Oh, he's going lumpy bumpy. Yeah, I did talk to John. He reckons this one's value about $250,000. But he did say the Hetzer has got to be a cool million. But his Stug, for insurance purposes, they have actually valued it at £1 million, which is just look at that.
It's sort of entry-level Bugatti, really, isn't it?
And nobody fell off either. That's a shame. Look at that. That's quite a sight, really. Two genuine World War II German tanks in the same place.
It really is.
Well, there we go. Right, so I think the Marder will probably be out of the arena by the end of next week, eventually, once it's done its loop. But our next event...
Land Rovers.
...is Land Rovers, yes. The backbone of the British military for many, many years. Actually, no, not just the British military. Australians had Land Rovers for a long
many
time.
armies, actually.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But don't forget, kids, keep an eye out for the naughty bear. It's around somewhere.
Land Rovers actually are the one you've got to be really careful of because it's a slippery slope, isn't it? If you sort of fancy a Land Rover and then somehow you own 3.
Yeah. Yeah. And then your wallet gets lighter and lighter and lighter. Yeah. You take on long journeys, you can't actually feel any body parts at all by the time you've finished. It's all good. I'm sure he's got another gear in that. I think he's just showing off now.
No, I think they actually are waiting for some parts for the gearbox, and that's why it is so slow.
I think he's got...
But you can't exactly go to Halfords and say, can I have a second gear cob for a Marder?
Yeah, because I think he's got a 432 gearbox in that, and steering box. But the reason it goes so slow is because the way they've had to fit it is basically, at the moment, he's in reverse. So he's only got one gear, but he can go flat out backwards.
It's just an incredible piece of ingenuity that they've actually managed to get the thing running at all, really, because the parts for such things are so scarce, and if they're missing, you're in real problems.
Yes.